Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. I hope we're all doing well and having a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day today. Let me know how the game sounds are and if they're too loud or too quiet. But welcome in, friends. I debated this for a while and I wasn't gonna do the theme at first, but I decided, you know what, it doesn't hurt to try. I'll do the theme for a little while, and then if I eventually get sick of it, or if I just don't feel like it, anymore, or whatever ends up happening, who knows? Maybe I will scratch the entire Forever Island concept. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I'm gonna try it for a little while. See how it goes. I just realized I'm clicking buttons and y'all can't even see. Hold on. I'll switch over and then say hello. But I figured I would just kind of try out the theme. Oops, it is very zoomed out. Sorry about that. I forget that whenever I'm not home and if I use my Switch, I'll like change the zoom in settings. Like whenever I'm not streaming, I use the different settings for the adjust screen size. So sorry. I don't know why it looks like that. Let me just... I think that's it. Yep, okay. I think that should be good now. Sorry, it looked kind of wonky for a moment. Okay, yeah, that's better, that's better. Okay. Now I can go and check in. Let me see. Starting from where I can see, hello Shiver, hello Ali, hello Sophia, hello Crowley, welcome in. Did I miss anyone? I feel like Megs was here too. Megs, in case you're here and your message was covered, hello, welcome in. I didn't know you had Brilliant Diamond. That was a recent thing, but somebody else paid for it. Like we kind of paid for it together, split it. It was one of those situations where it was a game for the sake of playing off screen just to enjoy it. And I feel like as a content creator, I forget that a lot. Like I forget that I'm perfectly allowed to just go and play stuff off screen because I habitually want to play everything on screen. Oh, I did also bring my card decks with me. I have my Alice in Wonderland tarot deck, and then I also have my Woodland Warden's Oracle deck. I haven't done this in a really long time, but I used to do what I called at the time Tarot Tuesdays. And basically, if you donated whatever amount that you were able to spare that you felt like donating, if you donated, I'd pull a card for you. So I'm thinking of doing those today. So if anybody wants to, go ahead. But you don't have to. Okay. I do also want to say I have a notebook that I'm going to write down my ideas for, just so that way it's easier to keep track of what I get inspiration from, what the plans are. The only thing I have written down is literally just Portia, and then the theme is going to be like the Witchy Forestcore. So I didn't even write the theme. I just started writing down the list of villagers. I think that's the first thing I want to go over in the game is which villagers I get. I'm just not sure. Portia, of course. I think I got Quinn last time when I was villager hunting. I couldn't find Portia, so I just invited her because I found her. Hey, sorry, I'm like, you're good, Megs. I thought for some reason I saw your message earlier, so I said hello to you in case you were here. It's interesting that this one is still empty, just somehow. I think that's everything I wanted to go over. There are a lot of weeds, that's nice. Wait, while I'm here, Allie. Okay, I know you needed to add me because I got a new friend code and I forgot to update the command. Silly me. So let me just do that really quick, actually. There's my friend code if you need that really quick. It's underneath my camera. Poppy, Fauna, and Goldie would be good. Poppy, I feel like would be good. Fauna, I'm kind of iffy about. And then I also, like, of course, want to get Kiki, but I feel like she and Portia are notoriously hard to find, especially on this channel for some reason. You'll add after I eat? Okay. After I eat. After you eat. Also, for reference, here's the villagers that I have now. I'm thinking of just going ahead and keeping Coco, because I feel like she would fit in really well. So maybe we could keep Coco, like literally everybody else, except for Quinn. And Quinn I may get rid of later on, but for right now, she can stay. Like, she's possibly temporary, we'll see. So for right now, we'll just say, yeah, she's staying. So Quinn and Coco, we'll keep for now. Everybody else can get out. And I also have the room for one more villager. Rodeo would be good too. Okay. I'm gonna write that as a list. So Portia, Coco, Rodeo would be good. Yeah. I think we talked about that one of the last times that I played Animal Crossing. And then, what was it? Oh yeah, Kiki. Kiki. I would have written down stuff like what native fruit I want and everything. I don't know if you guys remember that. Whenever I used to like rapid fire constantly make islands, I would make a big list of things like the native fruit that I want, the native flower, and so on and so forth. Like all of these little details. Why did the live chat move? Hello. Okay, now I can see you guys. I had an idea, maybe do an ice volcano island, though I hesitate since I don't know if I will have time to work on it later in the year. Also can't decide if I should tear down my island or restart. I think Allie's making a new island today. Maybe you guys can make new islands together. It's up to you though. And if you want to save a couple of basic things like your vaulting pole or your ladder or something, I can save them here if you want me to. Oh, Daisy May! Hello, Queen. Let's see what's in stores. I also, I want to pick out the villagers. I already know the theme. And then I also want to make a list of different areas that I could possibly build. That can work, just still haven't decided. No worries, if you do decide to reset though, I can hold some of your stuff if you want me to. Just let me know as soon as you decide. Kind of looking around at what they have. I think I'm gonna fully do a cottagecore forestcore island. I haven't tried cottagecore. I think like, I feel like I've made so many islands that they're starting to kind of blend together. Initially, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about this recently, and for the most part in the past, I don't regret resetting my islands because it was fun for me to start completely over and make new ones. Like I enjoyed that. But I will admit, there was one scenario where I did really truly regret resetting, and that was for my island called Nightshade, my radioactive island. And it was like a radioactive poison core island. Looking back, I'm very proud of that theme, and I'm really sad that I reset it. Like, I really wish that I would have finished it, and I'm not gonna lie, for like a brief moment this morning, I was like, could you imagine if I completely scrapped this island and I restarted Nightshade? I could. I could. I'm probably not going to. Like, that's very unlikely. But I won't say 100% no. Because for all I know, I'll have an entirely different island by the end of this stream. I don't intend on that. But I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna see what else they had in here, because I want new clothes while we're talking about this. Hope you enjoy your lurk, Megs. My regret was restarting Tropical before 2.0. It really sucked, because like once you reset that island for even like, actually, I don't know if I ever did make a dream address for it. I know there's a search feature for dream addresses, but I don't think that I did. It just really sucks whenever you regret resetting, because then you like can't get that ultra specific island back. I will BRB. Charlotte is getting fussy, so I'm gonna put her down for a nap. No worries, take your time. Hello, Captain Price, welcome in. How are you doing today? I'm doing good, thank you for asking. You know what autism is? Yes, I'm autistic. This makes me look like I'm in Greece and I'm one of the teenagers or something. This makes me look like a sailor with the stripes. Sorry, this is not the point of the stream. I'm just getting really distracted. We have Portia, Coco, Rodeo, Kiki. 4 villagers, we need 6 more. I feel like there was another one that I was thinking of. Oh, Muffy. Muffy was another one. Yes, so Muffy definitely should be on the list. I also want to... What villagers can you think of that are dark green? Because I want to add in villagers that, like, aside from ones that have very obviously witchy vibes, like, witchy's only half of the theme. I want it to be, like, also very much forest core as well. So I want to think of some villagers that are, like, a dark green shade that would fit in with the forest core aspect. Please be careful with how many messages you send back to back, as it tends to get a little spammy. But aside from that, yeah, I'm autistic too. I know what it is. I get you. I empathize with everything that can be difficult regarding that subject. You are safe and welcome here. This is a judgment-free zone. I wonder where my island rating is, though. I'm curious. Another reason why I hesitate on a volcano island, I can't find many volcano-themed villagers. Maybe you could do it in a way that would be not necessarily about the themed villager, but ones that are just color-coded in a certain way, unless that's what you meant. Because typically that's what I would do for an island. If I feel like I can't tell what theme a villager really gives off, I just go based off of color coding. I think since I need to get to 3 stars anyways, I'll just work on the island while we're discussing and planning ideas. Otherwise, it's just gonna be me running around in the grass, just talking. I'm not gonna lie though, like, I was serious about the part where I briefly debated doing that. I missed that island, and I was very proud of how unique that theme felt. And I really regret not finishing it. That, and you know what other idea I had, like excluding Nightshade, I didn't regret resetting my Coraline themed island, because I love Coraline. That's a whole other conversation. But part of me was like, hey, hear me out to my own self, like saying that to my own self, hear out your own idea, Lex. What if one day I decided to make a new island, and instead of just being a whole new theme I haven't tried, what if I recreated my Coraline Island, but better? Because I could. Like, what if I did that? What if I did that? I thought I had my ladder, so I'm gonna go back and find it. I'm going up there to get the weeds. That's what I think most people do for volcano-themed islands. Peyton had color-coded villagers, and Artsy had villagers themed around the secondary theme of her volcano island. I like that. You see, it does seem like a good idea. It does. And I'm very interested, and I'm very tempted, but at the same time, I'm also interested in this idea. And I've already made the thumbnail and title it the way that I have, so it's kind of too late. So we're gonna continue upon what we're doing for now, but... Oh, friend request. Okay, I got you. Oh. I went to the wrong tab. I was like, wait. There we go. Doesn't that sound fun, though? Because, like, I feel like at the time whenever I made the Coraline Island, that was, like, during a lot more of the peak of Animal Crossing, and I know that. However, game's been out longer, and I've had more experience since then, and I feel like if I really put my mind to it, I could easily make it better than before. Just keep everybody updated on the list, by the way. I'm gonna start typing it in chat every now and then just to keep everyone, again, updated. Portia, Coco, Kiki, Rodeo, Muffy. Okay, this is the entire list that we have so far for the villagers. Hello, Alan, welcome in. You see, and now I feel like, what if I just said, why not? And then just like obliterated this island. I hate that I'm considering that now. I'm in the middle of trying to plan an entirely separate island. Alternatively, I could just make the villager centered around one villager type. You could do that as well. For species, hello Alan, welcome. Yes, welcome in. while we're talking about this, since I'm just kind of doing miscellaneous things in Animal Crossing in general while we plan ideas, I kind of want to see something. Because I may or may not have lost a lot of my old dream addresses, and I want to see if I can still find the one for the Coraline Island while we talk about this. That actually now implores me to make this post. Hold on. Also, hello, Crowley. Welcome in. All right, poll idea should pop up. By the way, I do want to preface that hypothetical thing in the poll may not happen at all. Regardless, I just want to see what you guys say, so I made the poll. I've been here, I'm just lurking. No worries, Crowley, if you want to keep lurking, that's okay. Hello, Bill, welcome in as well. I used to plan things for my island on Procreate with design codes and villagers and whatnot. I'll definitely be doing that again. This is fun. My internet is out, so I'll have to go for now until it's back. I'm sorry, Megs. I'll try and fill you in as best I can whenever I can talk to you again. I need, okay, these 5 villagers, I feel like are gonna be my like witchy villagers, but then I also want the other 5 to be more of like forest core ones. But I feel like forest core villagers I have a harder time with. Oh, Poppy. Poppy was one of the other villagers. She may not necessarily be green or so, but I feel like she's considered both witchy and forest core in my opinion. So I'm gonna add Poppy to the chat as well. I'm just adding into the chat the ideas that we're coming up with. There's our idea for an ACH island, Ice Volcano, where all the villagers are cats and dogs, and the lore of the island are that the cats and the dogs are at war with each other. I love whenever people come up with pretend plots for their islands. I think it's like the coolest thing. And plus I feel like it adds to creative inspiration. Still sick? I'm sorry, Alan. I feel like you've been having a lot of your joint pain and feeling sick, and I am so sorry. Like, that just sounds generally so miserable, and I hope that you get some better luck soon, and I hope that you feel better soon. Hopefully I can find it. I had a headache when I woke up this morning from dehydration, and then my dad can access his PayPal account. We lost our television remote. We have a Sky TV. I'm sorry, that definitely sounds really frustrating. I think this is mine. I think this one is mine. You creating Beldum is pretty similar to how I made Tropicube as a 2.0 version of Tropicold. That's kind of like what I would do with this. Like, if I really went through with that idea for some reason, it would be the same island, but in terms of decor, it would be improved. For anybody that hasn't seen this island before, I love Coraline. It has been a comfort movie of mine and an obsession of mine since I was very, very, very young. And I recreated an entire island for it. And I made a lot of references. A lot of the decor, whether that's inside or outside, was based off of specific scenes and frames from the movie. Lots of references. There's even a scavenger hunt. I'm working a stress migraine that I've been weathering for the past 6 hours. I'm sorry, y'all don't seem to be feeling good. Genuinely, I'm so sorry. That does sound really miserable. My dad cannot access his PayPal account this morning? Well, I hope you'll get that fixed. That sounds stressful. Hope we didn't get hacked or something. Before I move on with this, I do want to finish up my villager list so I don't get too distracted because I can and I will do that. So while I'm standing here, I do want to finish up the ideas. So again, Portia, Coco, Rodeo, Kiki, Muffy, and Poppy. Let me think. I feel like the villager Olive, like the little bear cub, I feel like she would be a good villager because I feel like she could easily be interpreted as witchy, but she could also be very forest core, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys agree. What do you think about adding Olive to the list? I think she has potential. Hello, Marla. Welcome in. Yeah, for some reason, it was using my dad's old phone number instead of his current number. Has he used it before for that account? Because if he has, it's kind of weird that it would randomly change. I think olive would be a good idea. You like that? So he hasn't done it. That's definitely weird. I would say call customer support or something and see if they can help you sort that out, because that's really weird that it would randomly be different. I'm going to put Maple, but with a question mark, so I'm not sure if I want to add Maple. So she's a possibility for right now. Who else? Roscoe, I feel like could be a good villager, but then again, he gives more of a witchy vibe rather than a Forestcore vibe. And again, I need to have the villagers be like very split between the two concepts. So unless I remove one of the other villagers, I probably won't add Roscoe. Roscoe's the black horse. I'm playing Station over a year. Are you genuinely having fun? I hope so. I hope you are. Who else can I add? I'm really spacing. I'm having a hard time coming up with villagers. Like, my struggle here is genuine. That SIM card ran out on his old phone, causing him to change his number. I would still recommend calling customer support just in case something is going on, because you never know. It's better safe than sorry. Who on here could I don't know what my deal is, but I'm just struggling to come up with Forestcore villagers, I guess. Brothers just feel more with me and my father. When my dad gets stressed out, he starts to get in a bit of a swearing mood. I'm sorry. Also, did someone just friend request me? Just so I don't accidentally miss that? No, okay. That was just somebody being online, sorry. So here is the map, by the way, for the Coraline Island. If anybody here hasn't seen it before, I added Lucky. I forgot about Lucky being a villager. Lucky would be a good one. Lucky, Kiki, Muffy, Portia, Filbert, Pietro, Dora, Daisy, and Marina. And there were very deliberate choices for these villagers at the time. Lucky was for like the spooky, scary kind of aspect. Kiki was to represent the black cat. Remember, Pietro was to represent like kind of like the toys, but also the circus part that Mr. Bominski has. Dora was meant to represent the jumping mice. And then like Filbert and Marina, I'm pretty sure we're both to represent the toys. I could be slightly off because it has been since 2021 and it's 2024 now. So this island is 3 years old, but I don't know. Also, I did for the village. Sorry, I got distracted, but my character's name was Coraline. Made Coraline instead of just Lexi. I put Wybie, I put Mr. Bobinsky, and I put the Beldam. Man, Beldam is so nostalgic. I know. Part of me is like, do I regret resetting Beldam? Oh, and I did put buttons all over the path to represent the button eyes. I think I has set it a friend request you because it did the, yeah. I just saw something move, so I thought it was a friend request. Why am I having such a hard time coming up with villager ideas? It's the way that I just looked at the poll. Mind you, keywords, I said, would you support me if I got rid of this island to recreate my old Coraline one? 10 of you have all said yes. Nobody said no so far. And even if you did right after me saying that, that's still pretty wild. Gosh, you guys, that's making me want to scrap my entire idea and just remake my Coraline Island. Like, I literally, y'all got me that close now. I'm so serious. I'm serious. I really am. But then that would mean that my Forever Island is just gone. Who knows? Maybe that means Forever Islands just aren't for me. Maybe it means I'm just destined to constantly make new islands for fun. Anyways, I'm gonna pause on coming up with villager ideas because I want to show you guys a tour of the Beldam Island and then we'll go back to planning because I just can't help myself. So here is the flag that I chose. I didn't make this design myself. It's a little moon with the key and then the Beldam's hand. Hello, Cody, and hello, Sidif. Welcome in. We're supposed to be planning ideas for a Witchy Forestcore Island, but now we're just kind of low-key debating if I should say, why not, and then recreate my Beldam Island. That would also require me to reset, though, because I would want to name it Beldam. Anyways, here is the entrance. This is meant to represent the little magical tunnel that Coraline crawls through to get to the other world. This was really hard to make, but I just put little symbols, designs, and colors on the ground. I used some simple panels. This is very crusty, and nobody make fun of me for it. It was really hard to figure out how to recreate the flower garden. Also, by the way, you know how I said that there was a scavenger hunt? In the movie, the Beldam has 3 of the ghost children hidden away, and she has their eyes hidden around the area for Coraline to find at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert, here's one of the eyes. I recommend to be a little careful in case you will as motivation for making Coraline Island. If you do, you could do an alternative idea for the island. I'm still gonna debate it. Like, I'm not gonna jump on that right away. Like, I'm not gonna turn this stream into a reset stream just because I need to think that through because it's kind of a big deal. But for right now, we will. Also, here is the Beldam. Isn't that scary? Just casually, you'll never find the eyes. If we go up and over this way, this area represents the little table that had items on it outside where all the trees were. This is specifically like near kind of where the well was. So that's the table. We'll go around this way. Here's a little bit of a waterfall. I'm playing Pokemon Yellow game that it's got its reproduction. Seems to be running good. The only thing is it kind of freezes for a second when I save, but it saves. I mean, at least it still saves. And then we go over here. We go up, 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 up. And here we have Nook's Cranny. So many memories are coming back. Oh my goodness. And then we go over here. Go to the side. In fact, I believe there is an entire video on my channel of me doing a speed build for the Pink Palace because yes, for Coraline's house right here, I recreated the Pink Palace. This is the yard. This was supposed to be the steps. We got the Pink Palace sign. And then we go in here. What would you do differently if I oh my gosh, I can't talk. What would I do differently if I redid this island? First and foremost, I would try my hardest to put in a little bit more effort to the garden just to see if I can make it look better. And if I can't, then I can't. It is what it is. But I would definitely at least try. I would decorate outside a little bit differently because like I want it to be a similar concept because the whole point of recreating it is to recreate it, but improved. So like recreate it but better than before. Basically just mainly improve the decor, especially with the garden. And also just because it would be fun. Like why not? Here is the living room in her house, by the way. There's like boxes and stuff because they technically just moved in the movie. I think to the left was the kitchen. Here we have the kitchen. Not necessarily very interesting. Their house was very plain at first. After this, I want to finish up my villager list for the Witchy Forestcore idea and then come up with like at least 5 different things that I could use as decoration ideas. Now 2.0, you have even more stuff that'll fit in this. Yes, exactly. That's actually a really good point, Sedif. I didn't even think about it like that. Here is the bathroom. The reason there's these nasty looking bugs is because in the movie, she goes around and tries to like count different things like how many doors there are, how many windows there are. She goes in the bathroom to start counting something, and then there's a bunch of bugs. I love how I somehow remember that detail for detail. I decided to dream Tropicube by name since I couldn't find the OG dream address. I couldn't either, and that's what I did for Beldam. And then here is the parents' bedroom. Mind you, if you've never seen Coraline, a bit of context whenever I show you the Beldam's house, the house you'll see right after this one. The Beldam's house in the other world is technically speaking a replica of Coraline's house. However, it's like the evil or off version. So I recreated, like, both houses are duplicates of each other, but with a couple of subtle differences to represent which one's the real world and which one's not. There's Coraline's room in the other world, that is. And then I put that up there to represent the black cat. Actually, I just realized I worded that wrong. So correction, that is Coraline's normal bedroom because that entire house is like the normal world version of the house. This represents the little office area. The reason there's music though is just because there's like a scene where the other father plays piano and stuff. I think that was everything for this house. Yes. So if I go over here, because right there's the little window / like little door that she goes through to get to the other world. You go through the little tube, right? Right? Watch what happens if you've never seen it before. I think to this day, my Coraline Island was probably my favorite one I've ever made. Here is the other world's living room. I'm so hungry and I can't eat anything. Only I can have clear liquids and tomorrow. I can't drink any 2 hours before my appointment, but after I can eat and drink whatever I want. What are you gonna get afterwards? Like whenever you can eat again, what are you gonna go eat? By the way, this was one of the details I was most proud of. Look, it's the little box with the needle and the buttons, like in the movie. I need to write something about the decor on the paper really quick. Okay. I put that because I feel like if I get distracted enough, I may forget that I had planned that. So I put it on the paper so I'd look at it and be reminded to plan the decoration ideas. How has it been almost 40 minutes of the stream? That startles me. All right, so this one's pretty much the same as the other. Like, we didn't really see the bathroom much in the other world. So it's just kind of the same. Either Greek food or pizza and get bubble tea. Bubble tea sounds good. And then here's the parents' bedroom. Same as the other one, except the lights are off and the candles are still on. How's it 1 month and a half of summer left? I don't know, but it's freaking me out. And then here's the other world version of her bedroom. Really random, but you know what sounds good? It's Chipotle. And then in the basement of this house, we have we have the little prison type room where all the ghost children were. Each of the little aprons represents one of the ghost children. What other movie would you want to make in this game? I don't know if I would do another movie, but I would maybe consider making a supernatural themed island. I love that show. And I have enough knowledge off the top of my head on it that it would be very easy to do so. There is the Beldam's house. Sorry, I'm gonna go a little faster now because I want to focus on like the primary thing that the stream needs to be about. There's Coraline herself, by the way. All right, so if we go over here, we go up over this side. And the builder house has got some super glowy mushroom lights. And if we go down here where all this circus stuff is and all the bright colors, we have Mr. Bobinski's house. Now, if you've never been, or not if you've never been, if you've never seen Mr. Bobinski's house, it's very dirty and gross. So I made his house dirty and gross. living room. Hello, Anthony Livecoin. Welcome to the stream. Taking a pause on the island planning really quick, and I'm giving everybody a tour of one of my old Animal Crossing islands. Yeah, his house was deliberately made like that because that's low-key what it looks like in the movie. By the way, if you have not already, please be sure to like the live stream. It's completely free and a very easy way to support me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. By the way, Shiver, if you're still here right now, I don't know if you remember, but back whenever you and Libra were both mods together, do you remember? I think like you guys were my only mods at the time, but the three of us sat here lined up back to back on the little pillows. We screenshotted it and I think pinned it in one of the channels on this Discord server and captioned it a Renaissance painting. You can start your Witchy Forestcore, and if halfway through you want to end it and recreate this, you can. Oh my god, I could do that, but oh my gosh, I remember that. I'm so glad that you do. That's very specific. But you know, I think everybody read Sedef's message if you didn't hear what I said or if you haven't seen it. I think Sedef makes a very good point. I think I should go about it that way, really actually try it for a while, and if I still want to, or if I don't feel like doing the Witchy Forestcore Island theme anymore, I can just stop. And if we go up here, we just have the Able sisters. I think YB's house was, yeah, YB's house was up here, but I can't remember how to get up there. Oh, I think I left the ladder down there, so I'm gonna have to go run for it. I guess technically not have to keep pausing and writing stuff down. We can just verbally discuss things. So in terms of the Witchy Forestcore idea, I feel like there should be a little stand somewhere, or maybe it's like an oracle and tarot card reading stand, which by the way, I have both decks of my cards if anybody wants to do that. Is that my, yes, there's a ladder, okay. And both those with me. But I think like a little card reading stand would be fun. I also think that maybe like a glowing mushroom forest where it's like a bunch of those could be cool. Like maybe it could be like a glowing mushroom forest, but there's also maybe some hybrid flowers there, and it can be like the foresty, or like the extra foresty part of the island. Little pumpkin patch. And I do remember that, Shiver, making up a song about borderline. That was funny. That's also a very specific memory on this channel. Can I just go up there, please? Not me getting mad at my past self for decorating it like that. There. Here's YB's house. So I'm gonna write that down. Card reading stand. If anybody else ever at any point come up with like a decor related idea for the Witchy Forestcore concept, definitely let me know. You're more than welcome to just add it into the chat as soon as you think of it. I put card reading stand, glowing mushroom garden / forest. Sorry, there's no music playing in YB's house. So glowing mushroom garden / forest, card reading stand. What else could there be? We never actually see YB's house, by the way, so I just kind of guessed what it would be like. Coraline game would be so good. There is a Coraline game, but it's on the Wii. And I don't think there's any other Coraline video games out there. At least not that I'm aware of. I feel like there could be like some kind of haunted area as well. I feel like that'd be fun, but I don't know what it would be specifically. Ooh, a potion store. That would be really cool. Thank you. I'm gonna write that down. Potion store. Because I know if I don't write down y'all's ideas, I'm literally gonna forget by the time the stream ends. Hello, YB. I wonder if there's a Stardew themed island. There is actually. Somebody recreated Stardew Valley as closely as they possibly could. And then it went viral at one point. I just don't have the dream dress, I'm sorry. Oh, there's Mr. Bobinski. See, I put in so many references for this island. I tried so hard to make it as accurate as I could. I think you need to go over here. Yeah, I want to add a haunted area of some kind. I just don't know what it should be. Look back my dream just for Tropical. I feel so nostalgic. Also didn't realize how many references I did with Dream and Mr. Beast back then. I feel like you and I were like very adamant about adding a lot of references. I think one of the other, spoiler alert, I think one of the other ghost eyes was hidden nearby, somewhere over here. Okay, there's one of the other ones. Okay, I just had like one of the moments where I go over here and like just being in this area brought back memories. I know it because I used a screenshot of somewhere over here for a thumbnail at one point. But do you guys remember whenever we first like heard about the update coming out, we heard about Brewster and everything, right? Well, I remember taking a screenshot right here for a thumbnail so that we could play Animal Crossing and discuss the update. Glowing moss stuff. Hello, MS. Welcome in. A glowing moss area would be a good idea too. I feel like adding that mixed in with the glowing mushroom forest idea, that would be good. Oh, and then this was just my campsite. Nothing necessarily reference-wise. The only thing is like I named the island Beldum the first time around, and I don't know what I would call it if I actually did recreate this island. So on one hand, I kind of just want to call it Beldum. I don't want to tile it literally Beldum 2.0, so either it would just be the same name, or I would come up with a different Coraline themed name for the island. Yeah, I think that's all the main stuff that I did for the island. Just about. So I'll leave now so that we all stop being distracted. But... Have you ever done a 30-day island, or do you want to? I don't feel like I'm currently playing often enough for that to really be something realistic for me. Right, imagine I just named the island Keith David. With my new schedule that I have content-wise now, I was thinking about this earlier too. I've been able to stick to the 3 streams per week, and because I know that you guys like Animal Crossing, I still like it. It's just not an everyday thing for me. I think I've decided, at least for most weekends, maybe not every weekend, but most weekends, I want to have at least one Animal Crossing stream each. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I think the past 2 weekends, I did Animal Crossing on both Sundays, today being Sunday too, so... I don't have water with me, actually. We ran out of water bottles, and I need to wash all my reusable ones. So, but I do have a monster, and it has water in it. No, I know that's not what you meant. I'm also going to make, so on the paper, I put a list of the villagers. There's a list of decor ideas, and then at the very bottom, I'm also going to make a separate section just for general concepts or miscellaneous suggestions that people provide. I'm going to add the glowing moss to the paper. And if you do come up with any ideas specifically for where I could put something physically on the island, definitely let me know. I did a 30-day island, kind of. It was more like a week. It was named Green Shore, and it was going to go alongside Lexi's 30-day island until they leave their island. Green Shore is interesting as I finished it in like a week, along with it being in the Southern Hemisphere. I think, I know I've done at least one island Southern Hemisphere, given I don't think I finished it. I'm thinking, let's see. For the glowy mushroom forest, here, do I have my vaulting pole? I do, okay. Because the villager houses, or some of them, are over here. And then we have this emptier section over here. There's nothing really over here. So maybe right here could be the glowy mushroom forest. Like this big empty-ish area next to this lake and also next to the villagers, but without being too close to them. Because there's still the river that separates the two. Here, I'll write that down just so I don't forget. I keep this specific notebook for miscellaneous notes to keep by my desk, so it won't go anywhere and I will see it next time I sit down to stream. I'm gonna write it as upper right corner to the left of villager houses. That's basically what it is. Almost done. Okay, that's written down. Some sort of rock garden. I feel like I should do that. Additionally, I feel like one of those would also look good on the Coraline Island. I think another one of the things I had put there somewhere that I guess maybe it ran past or something. I swear I feel like I put the well, and then I put a ring of mushrooms around it because in the movie, you know, that's something that she finds pretty early on is a well with a ring of mushrooms around it. What do you have? I'll show you. I still have an empty plot right now, by the way. So right now I have Coco, Tasha, Flo, Lyman, Quinn, Colton, Tutu, and Bob. That's where I put the forest. And then maybe there can be like a little path right here that's like hidden or something. You walk along the pathing. And maybe right here is the card reading stand. That's also where my orange orchard is up there. But that was before I was more certain on the Witchy Island theme. Yeah, Muffy's on my list. Why do I keep losing where my ladder is? I didn't finish the villager list either because I still want some more foresty villagers to add in. I just wasn't sure about which ones. What do you guys think about Genji? Do you think Genji would be a good villager? True, I could look at Witchy Forestcore dream addresses. I just don't have any on hand at the moment. I like Genji, he's pretty cool. I feel like he could be a good villager. And plus, he's somebody that I don't usually have, so that could be a fun idea. You know, I think I will add him to the list. I feel like Genji has potential. I'm also gonna go ahead and scratch out Maple because I wasn't sure about her earlier and I decided against that. So scratching out where Maple is and replacing that with Genji. So just to read out the full list, and I'll type this in chat as well. Portia, Coco, Rodeo, Kiki, Muffy, Poppy, Olive, and Genji, but we still need more. Coco, Portia, Rodeo, Kiki, Muffy, Poppy, Olive, and Genji. How many is that? I need 2 more villagers. So Coco, Portia, yeah, you get the idea. Oops. Wasn't on the live part of my own stream, apparently. Isn't Diana the white and like pastel pink deer? Actually, What do you guys think about adding the villager Eric? I've been playing a lot of PC games, so I keep like going back and forth between picking up my Joy-Cons and then putting my hands on the keyboard. My brain's like, which one am I supposed to do? Like both of them have become muscle memory for me now, so I just had like a little brain glitch for a moment. Ooh, bones could be good. Lucky fits too. I like him. Bones would be somebody different that I don't typically have. I feel like that'd be interesting. I can't remember, does anybody remember if having weeds on your island affects your island rating? I just had a sneaky little channel idea, but I don't wanna say anything yet. I may tell my mods, and mods, if I tell you, you can't tell everybody else. Not necessarily because I'm trying to keep it super secretive and exclusive or something, more so just I'm not 100% yet, but it's a very fun idea that I had. And I don't want to just say it in case it doesn't end up happening. I think I'm gonna add Bones to the list, by the way. Bones is somebody that I feel like, I don't know, I feel like he's not necessarily what you consider right away as Forestcore, but I kind of see him as fitting that. And he's just somebody that I don't normally have, and I feel like that could be fun, so I'm gonna add Bones to the list. Also, hold on a second. There was something somebody asked me to do super fast earlier. Like they asked me to check on it midstream. So just give me a second. I will be as fast as I possibly can. Okay, sorry. My bad. I took care of that as fast as I could. Thank you for waiting. I appreciate it. A little bit unrelated, but hear me out. Have you guys ever in Animal Crossing deliberately used some of these weeds as decorations? And speaking of those, I really enjoy and appreciate how in New Horizons, once you pluck the weeds, they don't just disappear, that you can technically keep them in a... Oh, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the community. I think it's just really nice how we can pick them up and then replant them in specific areas for the sake of decorating. Like, it's just nice. The ultra fast. They responded to my thing that they asked me to do. Sorry. Hello, Lyric Gaming and Reacting TV. Welcome to the stream. What about Molly? I'll put Molly with a question mark. If I don't come up with somebody else in a little bit that I like, I'm gonna go ahead and keep Molly as part of the list. Molly's a good villager though, I like her. You guys like Molly? I have a timer for Undertale at Gino at 1 hour, 4 minutes for a speedrun, and I'm also really close to beating it. I feel like, or by the way, welcome to the stream, Henry. I imagine in my head that doing a speedrun with that path would be faster than the pacifist one, just because with the pacifist path, you have to be a lot more aware of what you're doing and clicking on than you would with the Geno run. I love Animal Crossing. I like Molly. How long have you been playing Animal Crossing, and which one was your first game? There's no right or wrong answer, by the way. I just am curious. I like to ask people. I had her when she's cute. She is cute. And I feel like she's one of those builders that could honestly be considered multi-purpose. Like, I feel like she's very cottagecore, she's very springcore. I consider her kind of forestcore. If you just like duck villagers, she's a good duck villager. Like, I love villagers that can be multi-purpose like that. It's nice. Chino can fit. Wild World. Wild World is good too. If you want to talk about games that, Animal Crossing games that I owned, my first one was Wild World, but if you want to talk about in terms of which ones I just played first, but didn't necessarily own, it was the GameCube one for me. Like, I think the only one I haven't played was Amiibo Festival. By the way, whenever the stream, like, gets towards, like, the portion, at the point whenever we're done planning, or at least we've got, like, a good sized amount of stuff written down, I'll go over everything and I'll read it slower so that way we can all be on the same page. And everybody can know it's on there. Dobby has a special place in my heart. Dobby, I feel like, would almost be a good villager too. I think I'm gonna end the poll now. I get the idea that most of you have said yes, and I'm also gonna take a picture of that because, oh my gosh, I did not realize that 20 of you had voted, and almost every single one of you said yes, that you would support me if I did that. English only in the chat, please. Please and thank you. I'm sorry. It's only because in terms of speaking languages, it's the only one that I saw. Thank you. That was so unexpected. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. That was so sweet. That also really caught me off guard. Thank you. Could we get some hearts in chat for Alex, please? That was so sweet. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. So were you donating for a card pull, by the way, or were you donating because you felt like donating? I don't know which one, but let me know. Welcome in. I think the alert box has like a bit of a delay to it, so like give it a second, but it'll show up. Oh, and did you want to, if you weren't already lurking, did you want to see what I had on my list for island planning? Because we've got like a bit of a list going. I don't know why the alert box is always so delayed. It makes me mad, low-key. I don't know why it takes so long. I'm sorry. It's on and it'll go, but it takes forever. There it is. I don't know why it's so delayed. I'm so sorry.
Alex Herrera donated $19.99 through Super Chat.
Thank you. I'm very appreciative of that. Yesterday I died in Minecraft to lava and lost all my stuff. I'm sorry. I haven't played Minecraft in a while. I did die a lot because I was not very good at it. I miss acnh. I miss it too. I mean, I'm on it, but I still miss it. I feel like for me at least, I can't speak for everybody else, but I feel like for me at least, whenever I say that I miss it, I mean, I especially miss the peak hype of the fandom whenever almost all of us were like playing it all the time, you know? I do not speak German, I'm sorry. I'm trying to learn, but regardless, this is still an English-only chat. I'm sorry. It's just because the mods and I collectively speak and understand it fluently, and it makes it the easiest way for us to moderate the chat safely. Just because if you speak another language, we have no way of being able to tell if you're saying something inappropriate or not. I resorted to Hypixel for the rest of the day in a World Minecraft server. I would just play with my fiance, but I don't really play Minecraft anymore. I stopped. Oh, by the way, while you're here, Alex, just super fast so I can read this off to you. The villager ideas we have for the Witchy Forestcore concept is Portia, Coco, Rodeo, Kiki, Muffy, Poppy, Olive, Bones, Genji, and then we're kind of considering Molly. For the decor ideas, we thought of a card reading stand like tarot and oracle kind of cards, a glowing mushroom forest with some glowing moss, a potion store, and then the only other thing that I wrote down was where I'm going to put the glowing moss forest. Me too, I play it and I'm on my own Forever Island and getting my version of perfection. Part of me is just like, I have tried more than once and thought about Forever Islands And because I'm generally the kind of player that's constantly tempted to reset just because that process is fun to me, part of me feels like I'm destined to just forever be a player that doesn't have a forever island and just be a player that just resets whenever they feel like it. Like, it almost feels forced trying to make myself have a forever island. Does that make sense? Hello, PC Brian. Welcome to the stream. You were also a content creator, so it's harder. It is, and then, I don't know, just, I really don't know what other words I can use to articulate it, but I've always been like that. Like, I was like this with New Leaf too, given I was not a content creator at the time with New Leaf, but I still played in that way. Like, I don't know what it is about me, but I just can't stick to a single island. Like, I just feel like I'm genuinely destined to be a player and content creator that doesn't stick to a single island. And I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing either. I love making different themed islands. It's just fun. Sometimes, I mean, most of the time I think I've finished all of my past themed islands, but there's been like, I think a small teeny little handful that I didn't finish. Not including hard mode and stuff like that, just because I don't consider that part of it. I mean specifically themed islands that I thought of on my own accord. I'm gonna type out a list of the villagers that we have. And well, actually no, because that's the easiest for me to read through. It's a bit harder, I think, to remember all the decor ideas, so I think I'm gonna pin that instead of the previously pinned message. Just give me a second. So in terms of the decor ideas, like I said, this is all we've got so far. I'm gonna pin that. There we go. After all the discussion we've had so far, plus the idea that Sedef had earlier, I think ultimately my plan right now is to just continue on with this island currently with the Witchy Forestcore idea, give that plan and that design idea a very solid chance, like actually try at it. And then if after a while I don't feel like it anymore, or if I lose motivation, or if I would just really like to do the recreation idea with the Coraline Island, then I will go forth with it at that point. I just feel like I should at least give this theme an actual try. Oh, actually, you know what I should do, because I have an empty plot? I still have some Nook Miles tickets. What if while we talk and we plan other ideas, what if I just did like a little villager hunt? Like I could get a head start and go looking for one of the villagers that I need. Like, why not? Why not? I could. It makes perfect sense. Don't let it autofill. Surprisingly, it's been left open for several days now and it still hasn't autofilled, and I think it's because I've hardly had any guests to this island. I'm just gonna go get the Nook Miles tickets and I'll continue with that. Could you imagine if for some reason I was saying all of that and then for some reason it autofilled anyways, like right before I could do the villager hunt? I would be so mad. All right, cool, we're good. It's still empty. Also, hi, Quinn. I haven't, by the way, Megs, are you still here? I forgot, you might be lurking. Let me know if you're still here, Megs. tickets and then we'll be on our way. I'm honestly not going to search for a particular villager. I will just, if I happen to find any of the ones that I need, I will just take home whichever one of them that I see first. Just because that way I feel like I have a better chance of this being a successful villager hunt. Maybe a moon-shaped pond and a spellbook store. That is a very good idea. I'm going to write that down. So maybe we can have, like, you know how I have my little shopping district that I've made where the museum is, Nook's Cranny, at Able Sisters? Maybe the little store ideas could be over there because that's already the shopping district. It makes perfect sense to have the potion store and the spellbook store. Or what if, like, to build upon that, what if the spellbook store was like a spellbook library? Like an outdoor spell library. I'm gonna write it as spellbook store and or library. All right, there we go. Wrote that down. Yes, that's a good idea. I feel like it makes perfect sense. Given I don't know the exact parts where I would place it, I just feel like having it nearby would make a lot of sense. I was trying to pop my knuckles, but that was like a total fail. By the way, Allie, what are you going to do for your new island? Do you have any idea of what you want, or are you just going to kind of reset until you find something that you feel like you enjoy? Second question. Did you ever try the hard mode challenge? Oh, I also thought about something else. If there's any, like, specific pieces of furniture that you think would be a smart idea for me to include on the island, or maybe specific hybrid colors, flowers, let me know. Basically, any and all suggestions are welcome right now. That is not a villager that we need. Maybe you could do a garden shed with plants required for potions. Good. Here. I'll write that down too. Said garden shed with plants. Almost done. Okay, you said what was the hard mode challenge again? There were just a bunch of rules for it, and like you played in a specific way. I think one of which was, I don't know. It's been a while since I played, so I feel like now I'm spacing what the rules were. Basically, it was a challenge made by Nintendo Talk, and it low-key was really hard. It was fun, but definitely challenging. I definitely want apples, and then I also have not tried that challenge before. It's not really much of a thing where, like, I think pretty much everybody stopped, but for a while it was a really popular challenge. Purple roses would be good. Time wish me luck. I get remote. Good luck, Henry. I hope it goes well. I think purple and black flowers. Rhonda is one of the reps. Hello, Ani. Welcome to the stream. Also, if I didn't pronounce your name right, let me know. I think Rhonda was one of Ashlyn's favorite villagers, especially in New Leaf. It's the way that I'm still in my head thinking about the Coraline Island idea. I feel like it's only fair then that if it's going to be a recreation of the OG Coraline Island, then I guess it should have the same name, because the whole point of a recreation is to recreate it. It's supposed to be the same island, but this time just better, because there's just some things that I want to improve. Oh, it's Rudy. Rudy's a good builder. He's another one of the really underrated ones, in my opinion. Okay. I'm gonna make a separate section for hybrids, for like very specific kinds. Like I know we said purple and black flowers, but I want to come up with ideas for which ones specifically. I really like the roses, but I also really love the tulips in the game. I'm gonna say hybrids. Black roses for sure, 100%. I think for a difference in texture and like type of flowers, because the texture appearance is obviously very different from flower to flower, I think black roses would be good. I think for purple flowers, we could do purple tulips. But I kind of want a third kind. Like a third or a fourth. Aside from like the 3 or 4 kinds, I don't think I would go much more than that, just because that starts to become a lot of hybrids to keep track of. By the way, if you have not already, please be sure to like the live stream. Liking the stream is free, and it's a really easy way to support me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Ooh, wait. Have I seen orange mums? I probably haven't. It's just been a long time. Now I feel the need to Google that. Hold on. If my face looks kind of pale for a second, it's because whenever I open up Google, it casts puts a white cast on my face. So sorry. Let me see. Okay, well, that doesn't help. It didn't make the picture good enough for me to see. Are there orange mums? I don't know if there are. Green mums was sort of the other kind I was thinking of for like, I don't want all of it to just be full on like dark colors and witchiness, because it is still foresty. I think green mums would be a really smart play to kind of brighten up the overall color concept. And then I want one more type of hybrid. Ideally not something like as dark. I can never not look at Hamlet without thinking of Danny, aka Canada Crossing. Orange flowers in general, true. If you think about it, which flower, like shape and structure wise, is the most similar to the mums? Because I tried looking for a picture and I'm not quite sure if orange mums are a thing. I'm just trying to figure out which ones would be most similar. Maybe orange pansies. I mean, they're not the most similar, but I feel like orange pansies could possibly be good. I feel like pansies in general aren't utilized enough. They're really pretty. A very underrated Animal Crossing flower. By the way, I'm aware that pansies are a real thing in real life. I just said in Animal Crossing because I'm playing it. You beat Sans? Congrats! Here, could we get some hype in chat for Henry, please? Just real quick. You just say Hamlet? I would literally search for villages and I just typed in Hamlet. You and I are like synced up mentally. I think I beat you to it, but I don't think I have a cooldown on that command, so it just worked anyways. Ooh. Ooh. She's not on the list, but I feel like she might have the potential for a future. If I continue and go through with this theme idea, and for some reason I change my mind about one of the other villagers, I might consider her for the future. But for right now, that's not really a priority, so I'm gonna leave her there. Looking for a DIY. Oh, okay. The only thing I ate was the butterscotch pie as well. Yeah, I feel like the one thing that I can remember solidly for... what's the word? Strategies for the game is just whatever pie you get from her, save it for the end. I guess for the orange flowers, we could either do tulips or pansies. There we go. I think that's just about it. We've got the rough draft for ideas. I don't know what else we could really write aside from continued decoration ideas. And I say that just because normally whenever I would plan ideas this way, it would actually be for like before I reset. Like, I don't know if anybody here remembers, but I've done it a couple of times where it'd be like, okay, here's the airport color I want, here's the native fruit I want, and here's all the villagers, and so on and so forth. Like, I was very particular about it, but I can only get that particular if I haven't even started the island yet. I beat the last attack with 10 HP, and I went into it with 32 HP. What would you do if you ended with like just one HP? Whenever that happens in any kind of video game, it always leaves me feeling so shook afterwards. Absolutely not. Immediately no. Oh, if I'm going about and like getting all these DIY recipes and knowing that there's like a small chance I might actually just not even finish this island. My character's so powerful. It did. Wait, what number would that be? Because there's no commas. Yeah, if you don't put a comma, I don't even... They're all... I don't... it's a bunch of 9s and there's no comma, so I'm trying to figure out what number that actually is. I guess that'd just be... No. I'm not... I can read, I promise. And I know numbers, I promise. But without commas, I don't know how I should be reading it. Unless double 20. How many times have you played and completed Undertale? I'm curious. By the way, LV stands for love, and love stands for a level of violence. Wait. Oh, okay. I had to like reread that to make sure I understood what you meant. Hear me out. Hear me out. This villager and the villager Hans, they both remind me of skips from regular show. I have to remind myself that Mark Hamill voices skips. I forget about that. Oh, Charlotte woke up. No worries. Take your time. Probably like 10 times I've beat it as well. We're already moving past it because there's other messages that broke it up, but please try to be a bit careful with how many messages you send back to back so it doesn't clog the chat. That'd be so cool if I could somehow in this stream, when I wasn't even anticipating doing this necessarily, that'll be so cool if I can actually get one of the filters that we added to the list. I would love that. In fact, let me make sure that I flip it to the right page. I think I'm kind of done adding stuff to the list for now, unless somebody suggests a really good idea that I like. So just to read it off, just so you know, we all hear, we're on the same page. Last time reading it. For the villagers, Portia, Coco, Rodeo, Kiki, Muffy, Poppy, Olive, Bones, Genji. I'm gonna go ahead and put Molly. I at first wasn't sure, but I'll go ahead and do Molly. And then for the decor ideas, a card reading stand, glowing mushroom forest, potion store, spellbook store / library, depending on which one it ends up being, a moon-shaped pond, and then a garden shed for plants that would be used for potions. For the hybrids, we decided on black roses, purple tulips, green mums, and orange tulips or pansies. I'm not sure which orange flower it's going to be yet, but I can decide that later, technically. And you said probably like 10 times it beat it as well. I have not played it 10 different times. Oops, did not mean to do that. Where's the villager? Oh, it's Jeremiah. I feel like on another page, I could make a list of reasons about why I could stay with a theme, and a list of reasons why I should go with the other idea. I don't know. I might keep that as an off-screen thing. I just need to come up with a list of pros and cons. 'Cause I don't know if you guys do that too, but I feel like I find it genuinely helpful because it opens up to different perspectives. Final time, 1 hour and 25 minutes. It's not the same thing, but you talking about the timing for it kind of reminds me of whenever I tried speedrunning at Happy Home Paradise. I think it ended up taking me somewhere over 1 hour. I just can't remember how long exactly. It might have been close to that. Just a second. Sorry, I have to update somebody about something in real life. There we go. That was fast. I have a fun idea for polls. Here, hold on. I'll go as fast as I can. Almost done. Poll should pop up in a second if it hasn't already. Just out of curiosity, for the sake of doing fun polls, out of all of those options, which food item do you like the most? Regina, the best time is like 1 hour, 2 minutes. I feel like even with that path, which I feel like generally seems like it's gonna go faster than pacifist, I feel like that would still take me a long time. Lucky! Well, now I'm just having a really big debate with myself because Lucky was on the list. Also, I'm like kind of to the side. Let me scoot over. Lucky was not put on the list. I did just find him. What if I replaced one of the builders with Lucky? What do we think? And if I do, who should it be? I feel like in my head, what makes most sense to me is to choose Bones, but then again, I almost never have Bones, and it would be cool to do that. But he is the other dog on the list, so I just feel like it makes sense. Yeah, exactly. He would work with it, so it would be a good idea to consider him. And like, while he's right there, that would be a really good idea. I'm just saying, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I would get about 184th place, apparently. What's the fastest speedrun ever for Undertale, if you know? No worries if you don't. I'm back, had to run to the store really quick. No worries, Mex, you're good. Welcome back. I just went over the list of ideas, and I happened to find Lucky on this island, and so now I'm debating getting him and who I would replace him with on the list, because the list is already complete. Hello, Bethany. Welcome in. That's so funny to me to say that, because I have an IRL friend named Bethany. Whenever one of you joins with the name Bethany, I'm like, is that my friend? Is she secretly joining the stream? I'm just kind of running around now until we decide. For neutral, either pacifist or Gino, it's 55 minutes. That's impressive. I feel like even if like in terms of remembering all the different details and strategies and whatnot, even with that, I feel like it would still take me a while just because in areas like, especially if it's like darker or something, sometimes I can't tell where exactly to go. And I feel like a good chunk of that time would be spent with me wandering around everywhere like, la-di-da-da, where am I supposed to be going? Especially if for some reason I streamed that or did commentary for a video to speedrun it. That would also make it take longer because I am very chatty. I yap quite a lot when I stream. In fact, I feel like we should all be considered yappers. This is going to be the Yappers Society. This channel from now on is both the Crystal Garden, it's the Yappers Society, and it's also going to be Lexilynstar Nation because that's what Saturn said. I think Saturn started saying that first. Like they would always join Discord and say, hello, Lexilynstar Nation. I don't know. It depends on my mood and I like a lot of food. Oh, you mean for the poll? Okay. Interesting. So right now pizza and burgers are tied. Sushi and tacos don't have votes at all. I mean, if you made me choose like what I like most, I would probably still just go with pizza, but I will say I love sushi. True, we do need to pick out a theme song. You know what, I'll just go ahead and take Lucky for now, and then if I change my mind about it later, I can always just kick him out because that's another option. Like I don't have to keep him forever. I do just need to fill out the island more anyways, so it'll help with the island reading. And I just have the open plot, can't leave it open forever. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take him for now, and then if I change my mind later, I'll just kick him out. True, he probably will help to get 3 stars. Okay, I'm gonna look up some island tune ideas, so just give me a sec. is it? I'm looking through different theme ideas. You know the song Careless Whisper? I found one for that. Okay, actually, okay, I have the best tune idea. I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet. I can't tell you. It's gotta be a surprise, and you'll see why. I have 3 stars on my Animal Crossing Island, but I haven't been on it for like 2 years. Honestly, that's a mood. I go through periods of time where I'm really burnt out or just uninterested. Okay, I'm not gonna play it in full until I'm done. I just need you guys to trust me on this, okay? It's gonna be really good. I can't see the chat right now because I have the picture pulled up to help me with the notes. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, I'm sorry. Almost done. No, okay, that was the other one, never mind. And then last note. Okay. Okay. Are you guys ready? So you can hear it? Okay, make sure you turn your volume up. I don't know if you caught on to that, but I'm gonna play it one more time. Just listen. One more and then I'll stop. I did. That was 100% intentional. Now Isabel's gonna sing it. You know what? Just for giggles, I'm just gonna keep it on there. I'm not even gonna change it. I'm just gonna keep it like that. That reminds me, I think some of you may know this story, but I know that there's some of you that definitely haven't heard it. Basically, there was this one stream I was watching once, and this was before YouTube did the live redirect. So for the raids, kind of like I still do them, you just copy and paste the link. They're like, okay, we're gonna go raid this person. So they spammed a bunch of links for us to click on. So I'm like, okay, bye. And I click on the link so I can go raid the person, right? Well, I do that, and then it takes me to the Rickroll video. Their stream was already over. They didn't send anybody to a raid. They sent everybody to the video. Make sure you don't get copyright claimed. I mean, that'll be annoying if I do, but it is what it is. Basically, copyright claims aren't nearly as bad as copyright strikes. Strikes, once you get 3 of them, you can have your channel terminated, and you can also lose your rights and abilities to monetize your channel if it's monetized. And then copyright claims just mean that depending on what the copyright owner decides to do, it'll either A, mean that you can't monetize that video or stream whatsoever, or B, you'll have to share revenue with them, and whatever revenue you get has to be split, and the 2 of you share it. But claims don't harm your channel whatsoever. They're just like a nuisance more than anything, but like it won't hurt me if I get claimed. Just mildly aggravating, pretty much. I don't know why I didn't ask Isabel about my island rating while I was in there. What am I doing? Wait, I want to hear Bob sing the theme song. Okay, listen. I don't think it went up much just because all I've done really in terms of actual island work today is get another villager to fill out the last plot, and I picked up some weeds. And TDM's TikTok videos get claimed hard. I don't know how the claims work on TikTok, so I can't speak for that, but I know on YouTube the claims are fairly harmless compared to the strikes. They're just annoying more than anything else. But I feel like that's got to be really irritating because for a lot of creators, like aside from the various kinds of donations that exist, ad revenue is how you make money. And if it gets claimed, then you can't, either you won't make any money at all from the revenue or you share it like I kind of had just said. So they're annoying, but not the end of the world. I just feel like that's got to really suck because then that means he's probably not making very much money from ad revenue. Okay, we still have 2 stars. To be fair, it'll probably need to have time until Lucky actually fully moves in to have an effect on the island rating. Music is copyrighted. I'm surprised that Careless Whisper isn't, because there's this one time I used a KK Slider cover of Careless Whisper as my starting soon screen music, and that didn't get copyright claimed. How long have I even been live for? I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what else I can do on here right now. We've planned out the rough draft for the island theme. We kind of debated the Coraline theme, like recreating that and everything. And I think, by the way, if I do end up doing that, I'll either name it Beldum or Beldum 2. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the 2 on it or not. I'm still kind of thinking about it. For my cat dog, Ice Volcano Island here. My villagers, I decided Tangy, Anka, Bob, Punchy, Fred, Goldie, Cherry, and Lucky. Then Snake and Marshall are additional villagers on the island. Do you have any decor ideas that you would do? It's okay if you don't. No, like videos on YouTube where he reacts. Oh, okay, okay, now I get it. Sorry, my bad. I love the wallpaper in here. That's amazing. Dogs might have ice-themed houses while the cats might have fire-themed houses. I feel like I can see that. I don't necessarily hate burgers, but I am very picky about them just because I have a lot of sensory processing issues. I also have issues sensory-wise with the texture of certain foods when I chew them up and when I bite them. And one of the ones that I'm most picky about because of that is beef. Like, it's hardly ever okay to me because of that. There's some situations and some locations that I can get burgers from that are okay. But again, a lot of them are very icky to me and I will not eat it. Look how cute! I do have somewhere that I need to go after my stream, and I need to pack for that. Though I'm not going on like a big trip or anything. I just, I need to pack some stuff for it, and I also really need to pee. So I may actually end a little early, if y'all don't mind. If you don't mind. And I also need to film 1 or 2 more shorts maybe. So I've got a couple of things to do, so I think I will go ahead and end it early because of that. If there's somebody else streaming Animal Crossing, I will send y'all over there, but only if they're streaming Animal Crossing right now. This is perfect. As long as there's not a huge chat delay, this will be perfect. I'm waiting for the stream to load so I can see. I don't know how big the chat delay is going to be because there is a sub-only mode on. So I'm gonna send you guys here anyways because I love April Honey. She's streaming Animal Crossing right now. But if you are for some reason not subscribed, one, not only would I recommend subscribing because she's super sweet and super good at Animal Crossing, but she just also has good vibes. But ultimately, if you don't want to, that's okay too. I can't make you do it. But if you don't want to, if you could at least pop by her stream to like the stream, that would be very appreciated. Here is the raid link. I'm sure most of you are subscribed though. And there's the raid link, the raid command. And of course, with that being said, thank you so much for coming to my stream. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. There is also the Discord link. It would be a really good idea to join as that's where the bulk of my announcements and updates go if you want to stay in the loop about everything. And I will see you guys next weekend for some more live streams. Bye everyone!